Hello eBayers, and welcome to this rather brief eBay demonstration video. Really because I've had such a lot of interest in this machine. I've had a lot of repeat questions about how it works. It's this marvellous carving machine, and picture paints 1,000 words, but I think a video paints even more. So as you can see, the routers glide effortlessly round, up and down because it's counterweighted. And whatever you put as the master in the middle here on the board, it will reproduce obviously there and there as soon as you've actually got some wood underneath to form a workpiece. If you take the board off, there is a spindle arrangement. I will come to that, I won't demonstrate it because this board's a bit heavy. Okay, first of all, a correction to the description. It was a loose wire. Both routers now work perfectly. Very good bearings, obviously, which is excellent because they're still spinning away. Now, I'm not going to actually cut anything at the moment because unfortunately I have some priceless motor cars in here. I don't want to create the dust. I don't want to clean the dust afterwards anyway, so we'll pretend they're running. You would affix your item to be copied here, in this case actually a fiberglass scroll underneath, set the stylus up appropriately. As you can see from the picture, there's a bag full of stylus and cutter accessories there, and you then turn the router on and you follow it round. And what that is going to do as I'm moving this up and down, left, right, back, forth, is obviously mill out using the router exactly what you see here. You can follow it round, you can actually start high and come down and come low. There's various permutations as to using it. It's quite simple to do. You can also rotate the routers that way, if you can see that, and that obviously means you can do sort of cut-ins. So for instance, if you were to mount something on this plane, they'll come right round and you can do undercuts that way, up to whatever you were copying here, and around the other way as well. And it's moving both routers together. It's obviously exactly what you want to see. Now, if you were to copy something that was a figure, this is on a slope at the moment, and it's sensitive enough that being on a slope it's just rolling to the front. But if you were to copy a figure, or barley twist columns, or something like that, or gun stocks perhaps, you could take this MDF top off. It's a sacrificial top in any event, and affix the handle here, and use the three of these face plates here, somehow fit on. I'm going to use this feature. There, and there. And then there is, wasn't included in the original pictures but is now included because I found it, this bar that fits across pretty much in that position, but you can adjust the length depending on the length of what you want to turn, and they are some dead centres there that you can tighten up. And what you can do is by moving this handle here, if you can see these are moving, it means you can actually do some copying whilst rotating, or do some copying, do your milling round there, and then move it on a bit, and carry on round. So you can effectively end up doing something like that. So I've also had questions asked in relation to the speed of using this. Well, it does depend on the cutter. Bigger cutter, rougher cutter tend to take away more material at a higher rate, and for finer work you can then come down with a smaller stylus and a smaller corresponding cutter finishing off. You can also offset, so you can have the stylus a little bit proud of the relative position of the cutter, and by doing it that way you can actually end up with a piece that's slightly bigger to give you room to finish the wood, to surface the wood. That is actually just a cheap bit of pine, and you can see the effect that was shown in the photograph. And that means you can actually come down. When you're setting it, see this stylus is on the bench now, but I must have, last time I used it, that is set to be slightly higher to give me that room to finish it. Now if the cameraman can come in a bit closer and show that, but that would be the method of setting up. Put it on the desk, set and set, and obviously they're the same height, so just come back a bit. You could easily change these routers. I'm guessing they date the machine, and I don't know who built the machine. I assume it was a bespoke one-off, but it was built by a professional. You can tell the quality, it does look very well put together. And to ask the other question, where did you find them? I don't know. If I knew that, I'd have more. Not that I've been able to really do much with this, I'm afraid. It's just sat here. But it's a very rare find. Do keep them bids coming, and I hope that answers questions and raises any sort of addresses any problems that people might have thought of in using it. But that is effectively what it does. I've given the sizes of extreme of heights, so you can make something quite big here. And if that dimension there, the depth, was the critical axis, you could actually make another frame on here to take something that also slid, so that you could do more to answer. That was another question. But anyway, there you are. There she is. What a fabulous item. Do keep them bids coming, and I hope that's been useful. Cheers!